We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for Transformation Tuesday. I had to stand up for this one, guys. This one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna be I hope somebody walks away with what I have envisioned for this episode here today. So on Transformation Tuesday, guys, we're gonna be going from hesitant to heard. And what does that look like for you guys? We're gonna talk about speaking boldly and lead faithfully, guys. What does that look like for you? I mean, seriously, what would happen? I mean, again, you have to realize and come to the understanding and be conscientious of the fact that the enemy of our soul is not after our bank account. He's after, ready? He's after your voice. He's after your voice, because when you finally speak boldly, you're going to unpack, you're going to unlock, you're going to access that breakthrough, your influence, and more importantly, your assignment. That thing that you have been looking for, that thing that you knew deep down inside was within you guys. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys here. So thank you guys. Welcome. Welcome to the Childlike Faith Podcast for the Christian entrepreneur. Those of you that have been following along for a while, you guys know that that's been a little challenge for me here lately, is to say that all out, the Christian entrepreneur. So if you're a Christian entrepreneur, if you are faith-based business, you are in the right place, because here is where we're going to help you to be able to scale your business, grow your business, to be able to attract more clients and achieve the financial freedom you're looking for without sacrificing your time or your joy. And so thank you for joining me today, because we're going to be talking about your voice, that one thing that you have inside of you that nobody else has. And when you learn to speak boldly and you start to lean into your purpose, guys, it really does become so much fun. So seriously, let's look at it. First of all, let's look at the problem, because every problem has within itself the seed of its own solution. And so today on Transformation Tuesday, I want to just simply ask you this. Speaking about your voice, have you ever walked into a room walked out of a room or walked away from a conversation thinking, I should have said something. I probably should have spoke up. Or this, do you hold back in rooms where you know God placed you in there? When God placed you in there for impact and you just simply held back, you held your tongue. How does that make you feel, guys? Or better yet, here's a better one. Have you avoided pitching your offer, maybe even submitting a invoice, or ever thought, who am I? Maybe you just don't believe it deeply inside. And so if any one of those made you say, that's me, then I want you to know you're not alone. You're not, but you're not going to stay there, right? Until today, until now. Up until this point, you may have felt that way. You may have even said those things to yourself, but not after today, not anymore. And so what's going to happen is you're not here to shrink. You're not here to play small. You're here to shine, baby. You're here to stand out. And one of the things that you're going to have to understand, and the mindset that you're going to have to come across, is that, Mr. Ziglar said it perfectly. Confidence, right? I want you to lean into your confidence. A lot of times you think you need confidence. In reality, you need courage, and vice versa. But I love what Mr. Ziglar said. He always had these little quick whips and these little funny stories he would say. But confidence is going after Moby Dick. And I may be aging myself, but confidence is going after that big whale in a rowboat and taking the tartar sauce with you, because you've made up in your mind that you're going to go get out there and you're going to slay this giant. So what giant, what thing are you facing? Are you encountering? What problem, what situation, what trial, what circumstance are you facing that you're thinking the odds are just not stacked in my favor? But the truth be told, again, this is the Childlike Faith Podcast. One with God really is the majority. Matter of fact, it says it in Joel 3:10. Let the weak say, y'all know this one? I am strong. So what does that look like, guys? Again, in the book that we're reading right now, The Business Secrets of the Bible, Rabbi Lapin, he says that in business, hesitation is often a lack of spiritual confidence, not tactical skill. Guys, you have the talent. You have the skill. You're just lacking that spiritual confidence. And that's where we come in and we help encourage you, right? The Bible says that we want to stir one another, right? We want to be able to fan the flame of our spirit. And so clarity, clarity of calling in your business builds the confidence in speaking. Speaking is just simply a transference of confidence, a transference of conviction, something that you have deep down inside of you that when you speak, people listen. And so we're going to get ready for this Christian entrepreneur goal setting. We've already done the goal setting workshop. We're going to be doing the Christian entrepreneur speakers workshop. And when you begin to understand that your voice is a part of your kingdom assignment, hesitation loses its power. So that's why we're going from hesitant to being heard. And when we hesitate, here's the thing, here's the motivation behind it. When we hesitate, we make fear the leader. We just do. But when we speak boldly, we make faith the leader. You choose, right? That's why we start all the cool kids on the Choose to Win program from Tom Ziglar, because that's who this whole thing is powered by. His dad, Zig Ziglar, and Tom Ziglar, they basically have given us the framework, and we're able to share that with you guys. We've just simply made a few tweaks to make it fit for all the cool kids, right? We're allowing the Childlike Faith podcast to be able to take on, right? It's all powered by that guy right there, legendary speaker and trainer motivator, Mr. Zig Ziglar. And so we're able to take a lot of that knowledge, a lot of that information that they have shared with us and share it with you guys, because boldness, right? Here's the thing. You're not waiting to feel confident. You know what you're waiting on? You're building it through obedience. And obedience just simply says, get up and do it, even when you don't feel like doing it. And so the boldness isn't in your tone, it's in your trust. Go back and read it in Proverbs chapter 3, verse, is it 5 and 6 or 4 and 5? One of the two. But it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path, guys. So again, the boldness isn't in your tone, it's in your trust. And I love what Corey Ten Boom said, never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God. Man, what does that look like for you guys? I mean, if you really did go out there and have the fun that you guys were looking for, right? So you have to go from that fear to that faith to be able to get to the fun. I'm fixing to give you a really fun acronym. You guys know I love acrostics. I love acronyms. And this one's going to be for CLEAR, right? CLEAR. And the CLEAR voice framework is what I call it. So the C stands for clarity. You ready? You watching? The C stands for clarity. And you have to know exactly what you offer and how it solves real problems, right? I help blank do blank so they can blank. Whatever your business is, I help blank do blank so they can blank. If you don't know that, hey, call me. Let's connect. 903-570-0052 so that we can help you guys be able to do this. And so what's going to happen is you're going to be able to walk away with a clear, with your clients are going to be able to walk away with the clarity that they need. And so the L stands for the language that you're speaking, right? Speaking everyday words, not complicated jargon. I get it. There's some really cool words out there with Toastmasters. We're all big about learning a new word. And we have our friend Kenneth O'Neill, Ziglar Master Coach, of talking about the word of the day. There's a lot of cool words, but guys, keep it simple. Keep it simple. The E stands for energy and enthusiasm. Let your passion be seen and felt. That enthusiasm was what makes the difference. Norman Vincent Peale wrote a great book, Enthusiasm Makes the Difference. Go out and read it. A, you ready? Authority. Own your story, guys. When you start to own your story, nobody can take that away from you. And speak from what God has done in your life. Hey, listen, maybe somebody will ask you a question that you're not sure of. Tell them straight out, hey, listen, you know what? I'm not quite sure about that. Here's what I do know. And what you know is your story. You know your story really well. What obstacles, what challenges, what trials, what circumstances have you overcome to this point to be able to get to where you're at? And then the R, repetition. Say it again and again and again and again and again and again. Repetition is the mother of learning, right? So bold communication is consistent. Say it loud, say it proud, not with that haughty toddy kind of pride, but that pride that you know that God sent you in that room without a mistake. And so be consistent, right? Mr. Ziglar said that repetition is the mother of learning, which makes it the father of action. And again, it basically makes it the architect of accomplishment. So A, the C, clarity. L, language. E, energy. A, authority. R, repetition. Okay, y'all ready? Let's land this plane. Here's my cool kid affirmation for you guys. I got an email from a couple of people and text and DMs yesterday from the affirmation we gave yesterday. Again, it's the script, it's the words that you're putting in your head. Here's a cool kid affirmation for Transformation Tuesday. Ready? I speak with boldness. I speak with boldness, confidence, and clarity. I was created to communicate solutions and shine God's light through my words. Do you know who's waiting? Do you know who's watching you? You probably don't, but they're watching. They're always watching you guys. I promise you, they're watching you. Here's a fun fact, right? My buddy Pedro back here. We got my new friend Pedro. He went from being the taco to being my sidekick, watching over my shoulder. He said that the fun fact is this: research shows that it only takes 7 seconds to form a first impression, and your voice tone makes up over 38% of that impression. And so I want you to speak strong, speak faith-filled, and speak that word that came, right? That the speak of those things that are not as though they were. Again, Mr. Ziglar simply said, all you're doing is speaking the truth in advance. All right. So if you've ever felt like your voice is a weakness, I want you to turn it into your superpower. Really, that disadvantage, that reason you keep telling yourself of why you can't do it or why you can't go right now is the exact reason why you need to, this very moment, turn that disadvantage into your advantage in the marketplace. And that's what's happening. That's what's going on right now in this very moment. So I want you to join us. Join us for the Christian Entrepreneurs Public Speaking Half-Day Workshop, where you're going to not only learn how to own the room, but build the confidence in your pitch and speak with boldness that's going to be rooted in faith. I'm glad you asked. Thank you for asking, Miss Crystal. Miss Crystal asked about when it's going to be taking place. Guys, it is going to be taking place at the end of April. End of April. We try to get it sooner, but the venue and everything, we actually got a really awesome venue donated to us, or we're going to be able to set it up. And they're going to be our premier sponsor. So we're just waiting on confirmation of that room. And originally we thought we were only going to be able to limit it to 10, but the room has enough space for probably double that, maybe triple, depending on that. We've already had enough confirmation that say I want in. It's just going to be a matter of, the price point. So we're coming up with the price point because we're going to include breakfast. We're going to include lunch. For those of you that are going to be traveling in, I'm telling you guys, this is pretty awesome. People are talking about driving over from the DFW Shreveport areas. They're going to be coming over. We're going to find some neat hotels, some neat Airbnbs to be able to put everybody up in. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to give you an opportunity to be able to rent those out and see if that's a thing for you, or if you want to drive over for the day, make it a beautiful Saturday morning drive from where you guys are coming in from. So again, you were not made to be quiet. As we wrap this thing up and get you guys on your way, you were not made to be quiet in a room where you were called to lead. You're in that room for a reason. So all my Christian entrepreneurs, this is your moment to rise up and speak. That your hesitation isn't humility. It's holding back what God has entrusted to you. And I don't want you to hide that gift. I don't want you to bury your talent. So this week I'm helping the cool kids go from being hesitant to being heard, from learning to communicate with clarity, confidence, and the kingdom impact. Because again, if we want to make that impact for the kingdom, we're going to have to be committed to that collision. So you have a voice. You absolutely have a voice. More importantly, you have a calling, and now it's time to speak. Wait. I cannot wait to see those people that are going to be turning their voice into the most powerful business tool that you have. So DM me the word heard. I'll get you the rest of the details, price and everything to the room, so we can go ahead and start reserving these spots and get everything booked out. Again, 903-570-0052, April 26th, the last Saturday of the month. Hopefully you guys can make it. It's going to be a Christian entrepreneur workshop on learning how to speak powerfully and communicating your purpose and your calling. All right, boys and girls, you have a phenomenal rest of your Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday. Go out there and enjoy your favorite taco. Adios. Thank you guys for hanging out. Crystal, thank you so much for joining us. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.